The tragic real-life story of Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd is a British rock band that was formed in London in 1965. The band achieved international fame and critical acclaim with their concept albums and elaborate live performances, which often included elaborate stage effects and light shows. Despite their success, the band has also had a number of tragic events in its history. One of the most well-known tragedies associated with Pink Floyd is the death of founding member and bassist Roger Waters' father, who was killed in action during World War II. Waters' grief and loss deeply affected his lyrics and music, and his experiences are often reflected in the band's work. Bob Close. Bob was a British musician and photographer who was briefly a member of the band Pink Floyd. Close joined the band in 1965 and played guitar on their debut album, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. However, he left the band the following year to pursue a career in photography. Despite his brief tenure with Pink Floyd, Close has had a lasting impact on the band's history and development. His contributions to the band's debut album were significant and helped to shape the band's sound and style. Close has remained on good terms with the other members of the Pink Floyd and has continued to be involved in the music industry in various capacities. Another tragic event in Pink Floyd's history was the departure of the founding member Sid Barrett in 1968. Barrett, who was the lead singer and guitarist for the band, left due to his declining mental health and drug abuse. He did not disappear straight away. He made 2 solo albums, The Mad Cat Laughs and Barrett. But then after that, he spent the rest of his life as a recluse and died of cancer in 2006 at the age of 60. The Wall. The Wall is a concept album. It was released in 1979. The album tells a story of a character named Pink, who is a metaphor for the individual and society's isolation from one another. Sounds like lockdown. It explores themes of abandonment and personal isolation and the corrupting influence of fame and power. The album is believed to be based on both Sid Barrett and Waters, who wrote the vast majority of The Wall, and their battle against mental illness and childhood abuse, including schoolteacher abuse. The album is a rock opera that is divided into 2 parts, with each part comprising several songs that are connected by spoken word and sound effects. The first half of the album tells the story of Pink's life, including his relationship with his father, his experiences in school, and the death of his wife. The second half of the album deals with Pink Floyd's mental breakdown and eventual descent into madness as he builds a metaphorical wall around himself to protect himself from the outside world. The Wall is widely regarded as one of Pink Floyd's greatest works and has been a commercial and critical success. It has sold over 30 million copies worldwide and has been adapted into stage play, a film, and a musical. Richard Wright. Richard Wright, who was a member of Pink Floyd from the beginning, released a solo album called Broken China. The album is a collection of instrumental tracks that were written and recorded by Wright while his wife was suffering from depression. According to Wright, the album was intended as a form of therapy for him to express his emotions and how he dealt with her depression. The music on the album is described as being moody with an atmospheric sound. Despite its personal nature, Broken China was well received by critics and is considered an important part of Wright's solo output. In addition to these personal tragedies, Pink Floyd has also experienced the loss of Richard Wright, who passed away in 2008, aged 65. Drummer Nick Mason's father died in a plane crash in 1970. David Gilmour had his guitar stolen, and Roger Waters broke up the band and sued them all. Despite these tragedies, Pink Floyd has continued to be a highly influential and successful band that we all know and love today, with a devoted fan base around the world.